Hello, my name is Abhishek. I'm a professor here at the biology department, and here is my family, my wife Rama, my kid Gabriel, who's 8 years old, and Leela, who is 2 years old. So we are going to demonstrate a little bit of how Indian cooking is done. Today we are going to see a few dishes. You might know in most Indian restaurants, you see something called roti. And this is how it's done. First, you make a dough with whole wheat flour, with water and salt. And then you make this into balls, and then these two kids are going to help me make them into circles, which I'll then put on the skillet. And then in addition to that, we are going to see something called the aloo matar. So the aloo matar is something made by peas, green peas, potatoes, and a few spices, and some coriander for seasoning. And the ingredients for this aloo matar is potato boiled, and then you have some spices, onion and other things mixed together as a paste, green peas and some seasoning. And the process is to add these all together, add some water, and then let it boil when you are stirring them, so they don't get burnt, but at the same time the spices are equally distributed all over the dish. One key to mix this well is to make sure that the potato and the peas gel well together, so that the spices are not concentrated on any one side and it is evenly distributed. It can be achieved by adding more fluid or water, but then this might get more soggy, and that's why it's important that you keep mixing it well again and again, and then keep the spices mixed. And then once it comes to boil and you can start smelling the spices, then you know it's ready. And then finally, something which a lot of people like very much, I'm going to show how to make mango lassi. The first step of mango lassi is to make the pulp, and this is fresh pulp from a mango, or you can purchase a pulp from the Indian store. And the important thing is the Alfonso mango. This is the variety of mango that gives the tastiest mango lassi. And you can do mango lassi by different ways depending on what consistency you want it to be. You can do it with yogurt, or you can do it with some milk. If you are vegan, you can use soy milk, almond milk, anything. And I'm going to show what proportions they need to be mixed in order to make a good mango lassi. Alright, so first I'll ask the kids to roll these whole wheat balls into circles. So these whole wheat balls, they are a little bit rubbed over whole wheat flour in order to make it not too sticky, and then they are rolled in this way. And this is a nice family activity because all of them can get involved in rolling them. As you can see, my son, and here you can see my daughter as well, who has her own rolling pin, as you can see. And when they are doing this, it's good to already switch on the stove to keep the pan heated. And once the balls are ready, they can be put on the skillet, and then the roti will be ready. And they are put on this skillet, and then it's all based on judgment. You need to wait a while, and then you would have to turn them over. As you can see, because of the heat, they are starting to get brown. And once you start seeing brownish spots all over, then you would know it's time to take it out. At this point, sometimes you can add a little bit of oil to make it soft, but it's not necessary. If you maintain this at the correct warmth, then it will stay soft, and it's really good for eating as well. Because we didn't add much oil, there's a bit of smoke, but these kind of blowing up, this means this is coming really good. The preparation of the dough was well, the pressing it into circles was done well, and so on. And this is showing a really good mix of everything, and that's how these will grow up like this, and it's really good to eat as well. And then goes the next one. So for lassi, the proportion is very important. The proportion that I use is 1 quantity of pulp and the same quantity of milk or yogurt, whatever you want to use. I'm going to mix it together, and then I will add some sugar because we are using the raw pulp, we can add a little bit of sugar, and then I'm going to blend them over, and then you will get a really nice lassi. As you can see, this is a little bit thick as it's supposed to be, and immediately after this it's supposed to be refrigerated to make it cold, and this is best served cold. As you can see, it's not easily poured like a fluid, and that's how lassi is supposed to be. It's to be eaten like a custard, and you can add a little bit of berries or cherries and so on for topping, and then you can have a really nice dessert. In India, when you are served lunch like this, the proper way to eat would be to take a piece of this roti, and then you will make it into a small kind of curve, and then you'll take a bit of this, and then you'll roll it over, and then you'll put it in your mouth. You see my son trying it as well. And interestingly, sometimes they even take this and the lassi like this, and they also take a bite sometimes. So it's not necessarily only a dessert dish, you can also use it in between the meal. So I hope I can invite you all someday for lunch like this, and I'll be happy to host you all.